which the Lord is acknowledging. Why would he save him? He says, to whom the nations abhorreth. Now the nations hate Israel. To servants of rulers, kings shall see arise. Princes also shall worship, because the Lord that is faithful and the Holy One of Israel shall choose thee.
Easy.
He's not choosing other nations.
He is. And so let me just break down what you just read.
No
because got you.
Which the Lord is acknowledging. Why would he save him? He says, to whom
Israel. Not all the nations,
the nations
are against Israel.
Now the nations hate every nation is against Israel. Servants of rulers, kings shall see arise. Princes also shall worship, because the Lord that is not.
He literally just said here, the 12 tribes of Jacob.
No,
it's too easy.
That's your position.
It's too.
But you just said no. You said that some nations are not. Psalms 83 said the nations are confederate against Israel.
Yeah, but not all of them.
That's cap.
No, yeah, not
all.
Cap. So look, right here. Right here it says here. Hold on. Right here it says here. He says it's too light a thing. It's too easy, man.
To save Israel.
Too easy. Yeah.
To save Israel.
To save Israel. To save Israel. It's too easy. Let me end it.
I'm sorry.
It's too easy for me to make you a light to the to bring. I'm sorry. Let me just read it. To be a light to my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to bring back the preserved of Israel. It's too easy for me to do that for you. So what I'm also going to do to show you that I am God is I'm also going to bring salvation to the rest of the world, because I didn't call them first. It's too easy. So what he's showing you, he's doing something different and more than what he did in the past. In the past, he worked with just Israel, and now he's going to expand it to the rest of the world. That's what he does. See, Israel is already accounted for. 12 tribes. You said that's Israel. The preserved of Israel. You said that's it. You did say that's Israel.
All right.
I said it's all Israel. Wait, can I respond to that?
Respond in 2 minutes and in 2 minutes.
Okay.
So
the very next verse says that man despised Israel. The nation abhor Israel. The servants and rulers and kings going to see Israel rise. Princes are going to worship, because the Lord is faithful and the Holy One of Israel shall choose thee. So if that's what the very next verse says, you can't make the Gentiles there. I'm going to go right into my 2 minutes. That's cool?
Do you want to go last, or do you want to?
No, I'll go. You want me to go first?
Yeah, it's okay. I'll see you, bro.
Last time.
Okay, well, you can go first this time.
Okay. So go ahead.
I'll end it right there.
2 minutes. Go ahead.
This is the closing. Because he got to run to the Arabs and shit. They easier than me. They easier than me.
All right, man. So, guys, just to wrap this up, man, we did 2 debates here, and let's give it up for everybody that participated, man. I mean this in all genuineness. This was fun. I had a good time with you, Cap, for real. Man, you know, you sharpened me today, for real. So I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, hey, you know, humility, man. You know, just, you know. Yeah, exactly. So just to close off.
Cap is sharpening with his lies.
Guys, what we got to is we saw according to Paul, both in Romans 9 and in Romans 11, we saw that salvation goes not just to the Jews but also to the Gentiles. And so what the Hebrew Israelites have to do here is they have to also say that the Gentiles are also the Israelites. They're also the Israelites. You Israelite, you Israelite, you know. But this is crazy, because in the context, and I was surprised that he went to Romans 9. It literally told us that you're not of Israel just because you're born of Israel. You're not the seed of Abraham just because you come from Abraham. But it's by faith that you are a seed of Abraham. You are a Jew according to Romans 2. You are a Jew inwardly, not outwardly. You are circumcised inwardly, not outwardly. That's Romans chapter 2. We're in Romans. We should have brought that up. We've had more time when we went through it. But what we see here is we have Isaiah 49:6 that also deals with this directly. It names off Israel all together, the 12 tribes of Jacob and the preserved of Israel. But I will also make you a light to the Gentiles. These are non-Israelites now, so that my salvation may reach just Israel? No, so that my salvation may reach
so Isaiah 14 was fulfilled, and so was Obadiah. All right. Wow, you guys are clowns, man.
the ends of the earth, not because Israel's scattered everywhere, but because there's nations that are everywhere that are going to come into the belief of the Messiah through his work, and they're calling him Lord of Lords, King of Kings, because he not just saved Israel, but he saved the Gentiles as well. Amen. Yeshua Akbar.
Hey, I realize now why he running, and if we would have did this battle first, he wouldn't even stay for the second round. He'd have been running in. The last verse in Isaiah 49:26 says, I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. They shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know. It said all flesh. It didn't say some flesh. It says all flesh shall know that I am the Lord, and thy Savior, and the Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. You notice it doesn't have to say all of them, because if you see Jacob, if you see Israel, in some context, if you see Gentiles, it's the same exact thing. Dude, so what we learned here, before I go into it, first give all of y'all a hand. I appreciate y'all coming out. First time meeting the brother. It was a beautiful build, especially for two brothers. I've never engaged with him at all. And so for us to engage this way, it's definitely respectful. I give you a prop for it. You know what I'm saying? With that said, I whipped his ass. I just got to throw that out. What we proved today, can I get it out? Can I get it out? I know it hurt. Why y'all ain't do that for him? Anyway, when it comes to this subject of Gentile, and I hope y'all go back and listen, Genesis 48:18, if it tells Ephraim he's going to become nations, if Hosea clearly says they're not going to be the children of God, they're going to be called the children of God, do not fall for replacement theology. You can't be a spiritual Asian, you can't be a spiritual nothing, so you can't make Israel just go away because you want to not be an Israelite. For all y'all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, especially y'all, you Taino? Yeah, how Dominican, how you not going to be an Israelite? But anyway, y'all would be better off being an Israelite, because when judgment comes, it's a wrap. But I appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Until next time, shalom.
Until next time, man. So fun.
We got to get a pic together.
Oh my God. Logic.
You know, the laws of the strangers, love thy stranger like he's yourself, circumcise your stranger, right? To me, I'm coming to the conclusion that
I like that.
The camps are like really
I like that.
are not in agreement.
That is better. Inclusion
with these particular understandings of what this word is, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can't, and I can't make this shit up. They tend to they ignore a lot of things, they acknowledge things, and I just hear a lot of contradictions with a lot of camps when it comes to this particular topic. So to you, Kataza, I said your name right, Kataza?
Kataza, that's correct.
and the ISUPK, what y'all stands with the stranger pursuant to that? Let's stay at Ezekiel 12:45 if you want to stay at that, or just address it however you want to do, but mainly 12:45.
I don't mind addressing Exodus 12 and 45. I'll get there with you in a second, but to answer your question in totality, one, there's not only different words for strangers, but two, there's different context. A stranger could be someone of another nation, or a stranger could be your brother. And there's also a stranger that your brother can become because he's alienated himself either from the covenant, he missed the Passover, or something along those lines. So it's contextual. I don't know what are the camps you're talking about. For me, there's one camp, that's the ISUPK, and that's been our stance forever. So I can't turn around and tell you what they teach, why they teach it, or whatever. But what I can do is show you context in the scripture to show you a stranger that's another nation and a stranger that's speaking of an Israelite. So you asked for
Give me 1 second before we do that. Let me be more direct. Do you have to circumcise your stranger? Do you have to circumcise your slave? If we was back in ancient times, you Katazai, you buy a servant, Leviticus 25:44 it say that you could buy from the heathens, right? We both agree that that's the heathens. Then it says the stranger. Those are who you buy from. It reiterates itself. Do you circumcise this particular person?
If it's in the scriptures that we're supposed to, then you do. You get what I'm saying? And this is what I'm trying to explain, right? Let's go back to Abraham.
Okay.
Abraham was the one that the covenant was given to, and this is before Israelites were on the earth. But he had to circumcise his servants, did he not?
Facts.
And the reason being is because, if me and you were to move to China right now, whose laws would we have to abide by?
Chinese.
So if someone was to come into our land and they were not from there, whose laws would they have to abide by?
Whoever's land that they are.
Whoever's in charge. So this is a part of our laws. This is a part of our customs. And if you want to be here, if you want to get money here, then you got to abide by the laws and the customs. Now, here's something else too. You said slave earlier. Though, in the context of what you're talking about, you know what I'm saying? I got a feeling I know where you're going to go. We don't have slaves like that. We have servants in that capacity. You know what I'm saying? And there's even Israelites who could be servants, much like today.
Y'all don't use that term. Not to cut you off, bro. Y'all don't use the term slavery. Y'all use servants.
Okay.
It depends, once again, on the context, which is why I'm saying that in context, we even have Israelites who are servants. You know what I'm saying? And if you work for a company today, like let's say you're a tradesman,
Oh my God.
you know what I'm saying? And you go when you work for a subcontract old forever, talking about the promised land, talking about the land of Israel.
Gates are actually the Nakar, right? So I would assume when we read these particular verses that if this stranger who you it's dope that you went to Leviticus 25, because that's exactly where I was going.
If you keep reading from 35 into 36, it says, "Thou shalt take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee." But there is some, bro, like this will help you. And this is how you know that what I said earlier was true about your brother being of the children of Israel. You wanted to come down to Leviticus 25 and 44. Both thy bondmen and bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round and about you. The heathens that's round and about them is talking about the other nations. Now we're talking about other nations, specifically.
Like to the Gentile, you told me about Isaiah 60. I went to Isaiah 60. You want me to read that real quick?
I mean, we can, yeah. Yeah, we can read it.
Yeah, because I just wanted to show you that like I study Torah a lot, man, and when you look up the words in Torah, the word Gawa, like for Goyim, 1471, 1465, 1460, all these, they really, are referring to other nations. And clear example is Genesis, Exodus, when we came out with a mixed multitude. Isaiah 60, it do shows you like being how we being a light to the Gentile, right?
Right.
And it talks about the other nations, right, coming to the mountain of Zion to worship the Most High, right? So you have a bunch of nations coming to the mountain of Zion, right, to worship the Heavenly Father.
Hey, brother.
Yep.
Hey, could you mention in Exodus how we came out with the mixed multitude about that's us being a light to the Gentiles? Can you show me that in the text?
No, I didn't. No, that part, brother. I didn't say that part was a light to the Gentile, brother. I didn't say that part. You probably misunderstood me. But let me explain it again, my brother. Okay. I said the word God, modern Hebrew, right, is 1471 in the Strong Concordance, right? It says a foreign nation, a Gentile, a troop. It says a person from a different land or foreign land, and it gives you a lot of more definitions, right? The only thing I was asking the brother, right, it was the when Isaiah 60. Well, let me. I think it's 46.
Yeah, because like you're mentioning like the word for nation, like goyim or garyam, rather, if you want to use the paleo, like. It really just translates into nation, people group, sometimes animals, all that. It's just really vague. Like it doesn't really go with the point of being a light to the Gentile. It's just like a nation. Even when you see Israel being called a nation, that same Hebrew word is there as well. So what I want to ask you is like where in the Bible do we see a light to the Gentiles being defined? Like, where do we see that in the book?
I'm about to read it right now.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I got a couple other verses just to verify it. I think they call them precepts, right? So Isaiah 46, it talks about, let me give me 1 second. Let me find it. Give me 1 second, brother. I apologize.
You good. Okay, and after you bring up the precepts, I want to ask you a question as well. Go ahead.
Yeah. Give me 1 second, brother. Give me 1 second, brother. Isaiah 49, right? And it says right here, right? It's speaking about, I believe it's the Messiah, right? Everything. It says, do you mind me reading it from the beginning to get the context?
From Isaiah 49?
Yeah.
I mean, I've read it before. I mean, we could just go straight to 6. I mean, that's the point you want to make anyway.
The point that I was going to make was that the calling was to his servant Israel here, which many Old Testaments will say this is the whole nation of Israel. But when you dissect the verses, it's actually talking about the Messiah. And I'm about to confirm it through the precepts. So speak, to say what I was thinking and not, with all respect, but say something that I was thinking and then it wasn't. It kind of looks like, not the right thing to say, right, brother?
No, I mean, your point that you wanted to make was Isaiah 49:6, because I mean, you sent that to my brother, and that's what you just quoted a second ago. So I mean, like, we don't have to read the whole chapter. You could just read Isaiah 49:6 and just make your point.
Okay,
I wasn't presuming anything you said. That's what you said.
No, it's okay, brother. I'm happy your brothers are even taking the time to, just share your insight with this, and I'm always willing to receive certain things if I didn't receive it, right? So Isaiah 49:6 says, and he says, it should be a small matter for you to be my servant to raise up the tribes.
Like, because we broke the laws of God, Deuteronomy 28:15. For context.
Let me prove you that. You in context. You keep taking me back to Isaiah 60 to try to define what is the light to the Gentiles.
Because that's where it's defined at, bro. That's where it's defined at. Nobody's trying to exclude Christ out of it. Nobody's trying to exclude Christ out of it, because we're only gonna be brought into the promise.
In the Torah, in the books, which you just gained confirmation, the water for that, and verse 2, chapter 2.
Misinterpret scriptures since their salvation will be for everybody. Like I don't see Messiah there.
You don't see it that way, right? You don't see it. It says right here, and John
was righteous, but Israel was wicked, but they had to go in captivity. The Lord deals with nations. So he says, when you look at the ultimate salvation that's going to happen in Babylon the Great, the only you today, for the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Why? Because they was destroyed. Now, when you go to the New Testament, let's go to Luke regarding Christ. This is Luke chapter. No, I gotta do this. For Mother Waters. Right.
It's not a problem.
This is I don't want to read all this. I don't want to read all this. This is Isaiah 61.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
With the inscription to the unknown mighty one, not knowing whom you worship, I make known to you.
Children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you own inherited rights. Right. Now listen. Who can't respect the scriptures, bro? No, I'm not. Right, because everybody comes from Adam. Just like how you said, everybody comes from one blood. Of him, 6:54. Come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Who the Lord choose? The Israelites.
I just find it odd to debate salvation or anything with Gentiles receiving light and never touch on Romans 11. I just think that's really odd. Like, somebody got to explain why they would do that and don't mention Romans 11, because I see that as debating the virgin birth and never read Matthew 1:16. Like, I don't know. This might correct me, but I just don't see how you could debate salvation or Gentiles getting light and never mention Romans 11. I don't even know how that's possible, but you guys can explain how it's possible. I'm new to this. I'm a sponge. I'm a babe.
Perform very well. I'm pretty confident you guys will do very well. And so thank you guys for joining.
Descendants. And Abraham would have understood this universal language that God used. It's part of Israel's community. Even appearing in the lineage of Christ, Also, the author of Hebrews places her in what is called the Great Hall of Faith in Hebrews 11.
But scattered in and bring them to their land, right? So real quick, because another point that Christians like to say is that a Jew is a Jew and a Gentile is a Gentile, right? So I want to bring up the this is the Hebrew word for Gentile is goy, and the definitions it says nation people. So usually when you see this word, it's usually of a non-Hebrew people. It says of the descendants of Abraham of Israel. So we see one of the definitions for the word goy, which is Gentile, is Israel, right? And then we go to the Chaldean, the Hebrew Chaldean lexicon, Israel, it's like land, right? So real quick, because another point that Christians like to say is that a Jew is a Jew and a Gentile is a Gentile, right? So I want to bring up the this is the Hebrew word for Gentile is goy, and the definitions it says nation people. So usually when you see this word, it's usually of a non-Hebrew people. It says of the descendants of Abraham of Israel. So we see one of the definitions for the word goy, which is Gentile, is Israel, right? And then we go to the
why did he skip past this? I mean, like, you got to be honest with me. I mean, like, all right, move out the way. Okay, why did he skip past this word? Where it said goy means apparently from the same root as Hebrews 1:4-6-5 in the sense of what's that? Massive? Yeah, a foreign nation, hence a Gentile. I mean, goddamn. Also, figuratively, a troop of animals or a flight of locusts, Gentile, heathen, nation people. But he conveniently skips past that just to be right, man. Like people will lie and be deceptive, deceptive to be right.
The Chaldean, the Hebrew Chaldean lexicon, it says a people confluence of men.
Right. They hope you don't know a precept. Don't, and they'll stay right there. Whatever precept you don't know, that's where the debate for them is going to start.
I'm getting to the point. It says, then it is transferred to a body, politic, or whole people compared. Watch this. The word is general and is used of the nations at large, and also which shall not have been doubted by some interpreters of the Israelite. So we see even in the blue letter.
Thank you. It's kind of hard to see. It's from the root. It would seem body. The way they got this Zoom stuff, I don't like this new setup for Zoom. I don't like it.
That word Gentile does apply to Israelites. Then these are precepts that shows Israelites being called.
Oh my God.
Does apply to Israelites. Interpreters are the Israelite. So we see.
Let me read that. It's kind of hard to see, but let me see if I can see it.
Even in the blue letter, that word.
Let me look. It says body, corpus from the root with seed and transferred to a body politic or whole people prepared. Latin corpus. It's kind of hard to see. The word is general and used for the nations at large, which would be non-Israel. Also, which should not have been doubted by some interpreters of the Israelites. Isaiah 1:4. Okay, so it actually referenced something, right? So what is this? Okay, so it referenced Isaiah 1:4. So let's just go there. Let's just go there. sinful nation, a people laden with. I'm guessing when it says a sinful nation, this nation, yeah. So at this point, they are literally playing this match. Like Gentile, it means nation, right? And nation normally spoke about after Israel was chosen by God. Nation, and even before nation. Nah, let me focus on that. So nation after Israel was chosen by God seemed to be consistent with just Gentiles. Now, because it just means a mass of people, in this context, it's saying a sinful nation. This is talking about Israelites. So I guess you could say a sinful. I mean, it's just weird. It's weird because they're trying to add Gentile right here. Like you just could a sinful Gentile. And people add him with iniquity. Like that's what they're trying to go with it. Which is just goofy. Anyway, let's go.
Word Gentile does apply to Israelites. Then these are precepts that shows Israelites being called Gentiles. I'm gonna just read a few. This is the book of Acts.
The word Gentile does not apply to Israelites. The word nation does. That's why it has nation in the English.
Chapter 2 and verse 5, and there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. Now with this noise abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because every man heard them speak in his own language, and they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, all these which speak Galileans, and how hear we every man in our own tongue where we was born. So look what it's calling these Jews. It's calling them Parthians, Medes, Edomites, dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus, Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, bow themselves down at the soles of our feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the
So this is where I guess they like to run to Isaiah 60. Okay, let's get past
these nations are going to be saying the Jews to touch us first to bring our sons from far and thy silver and I go with them unto the name of the Lord thy God and to the Holy One of Israel, because he had glorified thee. Not everybody glorified Israel. And sorry, verse 10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. So he's saying that he did not be in servitude.
Okay.
But we're going to see that.
They're trying to say that, I guess, let me see. Bring out. So here's the thing. So now this is what I would do with these guys. Okay, so Gentiles can apply to the Israelites too. Okay, fine. So now I would say right here in verse 11, when it says that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles and that their kings may be brought. I would say, bro, are these Gentiles Israel or real Gentiles? They'll say real Gentiles. I said, okay, bro. So since Gentiles can be either or, how do we know? Because you could be lying. This could be Israel. Then they're gonna say, "Hey, man, you gotta go with the context." Okay, so let's go with the context. Like, so stop going to definitions. Let's go with the context. Since the definition doesn't define things correctly, absolutely. Let's go with the context.
Them building up the walls, and the king shall minister unto thee, for in my wrath I smote thee, because in God's wrath he punished Israel, but in my favor I have mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee forces of the Gentiles, about the riches, and their kings may be brought. But watch this, verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Okay,
so we see
and
the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee. The sons also of them God and the promises, which salvation is a promise.
Okay, there we go.
The fathers
so
and of
he touches on Romans 9 briefly, and that's why I don't. All right, okay, so I really just want them to focus on Romans 11.
That are around about you, of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids. So he said, So the law says I can't oppress my brother with rigor, but yet when it comes to the other nations, I can do that. Verse 45. Was held accountable by the law, that's how we reconcile it. So I believe that these Galatians are Israelites, and by them just having faith in Christ, and they are how Abraham was forefather of faith, they are tied into that. And that's all I believe Paul is saying.
So going back to my previous question, can any man exercise faith in God? Anybody on the street, right?
Wait, so here's the thing: people can say they have faith in God or whatever, but then when you look at their actions, how do you know somebody have faith or not? So anybody can say they have faith in God. It doesn't mean that their faith is going to be accounted for.
I mean, I could agree with that, but I mean, someone who has genuine faith, just like Jesus says, you'll know them by their fruits. You have, right? That's how you know a person. A good tree will bear good fruit, bad tree will bear bad fruit. So this person who's exercising faith, I'm saying this could be any man who is bearing fruit towards God, just like Naaman the Syrian, right?
Here's the thing: anybody can say they have faith in God, but yet we still see through the scriptures that what's having faith in God, through the scriptures having faith in Christ, and by law, there's a law you have to believe in Christ, and that's what's given to Israel. So that's all I'm saying. Any man can say they have faith, but even in the same thing you quoted, Matthew chapter 7, Christ said, "Many people shall come and say, Lord, Lord, have I prophesied in thy name and cast out demons?" But he gonna say, "I never knew you, you who break God's law." So anybody can say they have faith, but you won't know it until Judgment Day. So you can't just say, well, since anybody can have faith, that means that they can receive the promise of Abraham, especially when Paul said it was for Israel.
Okay. All right, so Exodus 12:48, the Lord provides Passover regulations for the stranger, right? Stating if they.
Yeah, I'm not interested in none of that. If they ain't
the tree was the Jews that were cut off that I read in Jeremiah 2.
I'm looking for
so it's still the same tree.
Gentiles receive a lesser salvation.
So when you read Isaiah in its context,
a light to bring revelation to the Gentiles.
To love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and without thy soul, that thou mayest live, and the Lord thy God. How are they going to know that he's our Savior if they receive salvation as well?
Circumcision of the heart, not a circumcision of the flesh.
Yeah,
and
but,
so this is why
Romans
Galatians 3:7 is so important.
But in Romans chapter 2, Paul was talking to Jews. That's why he started off with, "Thou art called a Jew, and rest thy boast in the law," because But Christ, this is red letter. He said to the person that overcome.
Who is this guy? Let me try to find this guy. Let me try to find this guy in real time. Let me see, what camp is he with? No. Yeah, Stinky. Stinky. Wait, is this the guys right here? The gospel truth? Yeah. No. Yeah, so this can't be him right here. Yeah, I don't know where he's at. He's hard to find. All right, never mind.
Isn't the light of self, that Christ sometimes is a stand-in.
Israel going to get oppressed, so that's how I stand on it.
Yeah, this. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't know why the people that takes the affirmative position don't go to I don't see how they don't go to Romans 11. All right, so it's vocab right here. Let's skim through this. I know vocab got to touch on it.
And it reads, "As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, obtained help of God. I continue unto this day, and gather her that was driven out." This is Exodus, the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verses 5 and 6.
So I don't see Case said a fun fact. Right said only the non-Israelites had great faith. Right. Now that's something right there. I also get what you just mentioned. That's something that I want to deal with. That I'm gonna deal with eventually. Like even when Elijah healed that non-Israelite woman when she's going to die. He healed her. But I think he resurrected her actually, brought her back to life. So yeah, so those are the things that I'm gonna touch on like after I already solidified Romans 11. So like in certain wars, there's certain mountains you got to conquer before you can move on to the next location. You know what I mean? So for me, I got to solidify Romans 11 with these guys, and then once that's done, then I can go somewhere else. And then yeah, so the Romans, yeah, all that. Ruth, okay, you can throw Ruth in there, you can throw Rahab in there, you dig, and we could keep going with that one. But definitely, New Testament definitely makes a distinction that Mark, what's that? Mark 4:6. No, Mark 6:4, where it says, "I have not found faith in Israel at all. Like, probably not without honor." That thing. Then he says, "The faithfuls and the Gentiles," right? So it's like, were those Gentiles? Were those Gentiles also Israelites? So, it gets a little petty after a while. All right, hold on. So let me fix some names real quick. Let me fix some names. That's the key. Let me fix some names.
What up?
The YouTube names. Okay. He Bizzle.
What up, bro? What's good with you, bro?
What it do, man? I'm trying to get back in the game because I try to debate different things. I try to debate, record labels. I even took the negative, right? I said, okay.
Yeah. No. I see what you're doing, bro. I see what you're doing. You're doing a good job of it, but the one thing about it is that you gonna let them. I think you said the other night. You told the other brother. I forgot the other brother name. Just let them talk. Just let them talk.
Right. Let them talk, man. Stop cutting them off. Let them speak freely, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't that what Popo do?
Just let them talk. Just let them talk.
Ain't that what Popo do? When you get interrogated, right? Or if a police question you, they gonna let you. If they pull you over, hey, talk. Go talk.
That's one thing, man. I was laughing the other night, bro. I couldn't get on, because I was at work. But man, I was laughing the other night. I said, "Yep. One of the older brothers told me I had to learn that over the years. You know what I'm saying? Once you get in your 40s, you start to understand that.
Right.
He said,
Well, in the Quran,
let them talk. Just let them talk.
Wait, do you know in the Quran it says you're not mature until you're 40?
No, I ain't know that.
Yeah, it's the Quran. I be trying to tell me, like, listen, man, like, I'm all right in the Quran. I'm not well versed in the Bible the same way, but I know a little bit in the Quran. Yeah, the Quran says you're not mature until you're 40.
Okay, and you know one thing else, a lot of brothers. I heard OTK. He did say this. He say, "Ain't nothing wrong with saying I don't know."
Right.
If you know something, say I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. And the thing is, what's important saying, and this is debating period, right? Bible, whatever. It's important to let the listening audience know. I don't know that question, but that question has nothing to do with the debate. Like he just want to know. He just want to try to know I don't know something, right? Okay, I don't know that. But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Okay, now ask me something about what we're talking about. I bet you I know that.
But you know what's crazy? You know the sad part about our culture, man, is that everybody they want to talk about Jay-Z and Diddy and all this and that, and what's going on and all this. I say the sad part about it, y'all don't even want to know about no knowledge. Why don't y'all get on unbiased page? But I say,
Hey,
man,
bro,
it is what it is, though.
Bro. All right, so I'm gonna get something for you to explain that. Now, a black people, they be mad at me, but I'm gonna explain what you just said. Like, why are we so gullible, vulnerable, obsessed, and attracted to foolishness? Why aren't we vulnerable,
No, no,
obsessed,
no, no. You
attracted
ain't
to
gonna hurt my feelings, bro. You
information,
ain't gonna hurt my
things that
feelings,
can
bro.
help you level up. Either like, all right,
You hear me?
all
You
right,
hear
here we
me, bro?
go.
You ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah, yeah. All right, because the average black person might be mad at what I'm gonna play, but okay, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Okay. All right. Okay. This might explain what you said.
Can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I'm about to play the video.
Oh, okay, okay.
Let me know if you can hear it. His name playing yet. It's loading up. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
The gap has
okay,
not
can you see the video?
when they first started.
Can you see the video? Bizzle, that's amazing. Can you see the video?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna play it.
The gap has not reduced.
he's talking about the educational gap between whites and blacks. So he's saying all of the programs, right? Because they're trying to close the educational gap between black and white. This is back in like the 60s, I think, and or 70s, 60s, 70s, and like so what they did was they experimented a lot of black kids, and they had a lot of like programs to like. I'm talking about like programs that's like level up programs to enhance. Hey, stop yelling at me. To enhance, your IQ and your learning and to close the educational gap. All right. So after that program was done, this is what he said the conclusion was.
The gap has not reduced.
So he said, with all that help,
It's still. Hey, look. I'm biased. It's still playing in the background, bro.
Okay, yeah, I think I got a little delay because I got so much going on. It's closes out right there because I got so much tabs going on. Sometimes it affects the. Okay, it should be a little better now. All right, so is the video at pause? Is it still playing? No. All right. So he said the gap hasn't closed in spite of all these efforts to help black folks level up and catch up to white folks as far as education. He's saying the gap did not reduce, right? I'm saying increase. It stayed where it was, not go back.
When they first started to give IQ tests back in the early part of the 20th century, the gap was 1 standard deviation in statistical terms, or 15 IQ points, which means, for those of you who aren't statisticians, which I hope is almost everybody, I say that because I don't think being a statistician is necessarily the right way to spend your life, that if you have somebody who has a 15-point IQ difference and they're 1 standard deviation above the mean, that means that they're the 85th percentile, 84th percentile of all people who take the test compared to the person at the mean, which is the 50th percentile. So it's not a small difference. It's a pretty good sized difference. That hasn't really changed. The gap has not reduced.
Okay, so that's his position, right? He's trying to prove that black folks are just genetically inferior to white people and Asians, like intellectually. He's saying, like, listen, it's just the way you were born. Like, no, in other words, imagine trying to get like a slow kid test and tutors to catch up to regular eds. Like, probably stop doing that. It probably won't happen because they're special, right? So no after school program, no tutor, no extra homework is going to help them catch up to regular ed students. So he's trying to make the same case with black people and white people. He's saying, hey man, genetically black folks are just born less smarter than white people. So he said, so wasting money in these programs to help them catch up is a waste of time. Like, it's not gonna help. They are who they are. Okay. And as a result, he's trying to, well, as a result, they want to justify the mistreatment, the discrimination, the harsher laws, harsher penalties as a result. Okay, so now you would think, like, wow, that's some crazy thing to try to put on black folks. Like, let's not fit that. Let's show him we're as smart as white folks, right? You would think that would be our reaction. So as a result, you think we would start taking STEM more serious. To prove this wrong, man, y'all lying. I know y'all lying. Let me prove this stuff wrong. Hey, collectively black folks, let's get out there and show them that we're just as equal as them, if not greater. Nope. We don't do that collectively. We do the opposite. We create Chicago's, Compton's, North Philly, twerking, become rappers, criminals, gangs, projects everywhere. Like, we almost basically confirm the results by the way we live in society. And then the Hebrew Israelites is no help either. The illiteracy that they got to work with for no reason, voluntarily, is like, who will voluntarily be an illiterate? That's what you got to kind of do to be an Israelite. You got to voluntarily be an illiterate. And only somebody with a lower IQ than the status quo will do that. That's the argument. So this is why I don't play with like ignorance, like and people who want to be stupid. Like, I really don't have a high tolerance for like stupidity. That's why I try to research, study as much as I can. I try to hang around people like-minded. I can't hang around somebody reading the Bible purposely being wrong, like Captain and mostly and most of these One West groups.
Can you hear me, bro?
So I hear you now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I fell off.
Okay, so were you able to watch the video?
Yeah. No, I know where you're getting at, but you know what?
Not me. I ain't getting there. He's getting there. Charles.
No. You know the coldest thing? The coldest thing that you said, bro, and I'm gonna keep saying it, is that you said let them keep talking. Just like when you see Captain, one thing I'll tell you, the next time you talk to Captain, when he say excuse me or cue me, or like he say cue me, man, that nigga lying. The nigga lying.
Right.
Like that, you heard?
Right. He always saying that too.
Yeah, the nigga lying.
Yeah. He did that in this debate where the guy was like, hey, it didn't say the wild tree. Oh, cue me.
Yeah.
You're right.
People that they don't pick up on like none of them, like, you gotta realize people, they gotta realize, man. Sanetta, that's the big bro. But man, them niggas, man, they hustlers, man. Them niggas hustlers, bro. Plain and simple.
Well, ain't no wrong. Everybody hustles. Like, I was just sharing a video link to a couple friends about this girl. Like, she about, I don't know, 16, between 19, and she hustles. Let me show you. See what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with hustling. All right, let me show you what this girl doing. And like, this is something I wanted to do at like age like 22.
But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Every time Tazari, he say excuse me, that nigga lying.
Right, when he's lying. Yeah, I know. So look, I'm gonna show you her. Right here. Right here. All right, so
you know what it is.
You see her.
He don't know.
She's young, but I don't know how young. She's that like teenager. Okay. Now, how young does she look?
She look about
more so.
Can you hear me?
How young does she look? Let me cut the volume down so you can see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear
She
you.
look about. Yeah, she look about. She younger than my daughter. She look about 19.
Right. Now, what's crazy was the watcher said, yeah, she's about right that age. I thought she like 15. Okay. Because she look way, but yeah, she about 19. Okay. First of all, let me just be clear. She has a Louis Vuitton head wrap. Okay. Most likely it's fake. All right. Most likely it's fake. So listen, don't waste your money buying fake Gucci head wraps. Just buy regular black, white, satin, whatever. Because like some of the stuff they just don't sell in the store. So you look crazy. I'm not saying her specifically, but there's a lot of people who buy like big catch. Like they don't sell that stuff in the designer stores. So it's so like people who buy the clothes know, man. Like, I only got to touch it. I know it's bootleg because they don't sell that. They don't sell clothes for Negroes. They sell it for white folks, and we buy it and we make it street. Okay, they don't sell wave caps, bonnets. Like they don't do that. So if you got a Gucci bonnet, it's fake. All right. What's those big flurry slippers they be wearing? If you see Gucci that or Louis, it's fake. All right. They don't market, they don't sell clothes like for black people to buy. All right. But anyway, but I brought her up because she does this. Let me show you what she does. And she hustles. Okay. Let me go back.
Yeah, she about 19.
And she actually do it. So she got what? Look, yeah, she actually builds computers and sells them. She got a whole website and everything. And I'm gonna buy one. They like they not that much, $500-$600. And like they're gaming computers, so they're gonna be have enough space for me to do my editing. So I can't really edit anything like that videos. That's why I don't. All my lives are none of edit, none of my basic, and nothing I do going forward is editing because my Mac is kind of broke. It's like down a little bit. So now I got like a Windows computer. It's like cheap, so it don't have the space to edit. Use no like software at all. Like nothing. I can't use anything. So all my thumbnails, that's all paint. That's me being creative. Okay, but she hustles. My point is, she hustles. They never all hustling. She hustles. She look. It's called selling computers, flipping PCs so I can quit my job my part-time job. And I would advise her, don't do that. Don't quit your job selling computers because selling computers ain't like a long-term thing unless you're fixing computers also. Okay, you just can't sell computers and that's it. There's no store actually in America, I'm gonna say, that just simply sell computers. Even Best Buy, they fix them and they sell other stuff, phones and all type of electronic TVs and couches and washing machines. Like nobody just sells computers. They're like, because how many computers do I actually need? I need one. And most people don't even value them like that. They'll buy some cheap stuff and keep it moving. So for her, like
that's why I keep telling people this. I keep telling our brothers and sisters this. By 2035, you can't have no gas car. You have to get rid of your gas car because they're trying to get rid of emissions by 2050. So our people, they don't think long term. You heard? They don't think long term. You heard me?
Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to tell people right now, listen, you're gonna have to get rid of your car. Your car, it's a gas car, and you're gonna have to get on electric power car. That's why Elon Musk, that's why the big thing with Elon Musk. But our people, they don't think like that. What's your thoughts on that, Umpire?
That's interesting. That they want to get away from. So you believe by
They getting off of fossil fuels, plain and simple. They getting off of fossil fuels. You feel me?
Yeah. So now I'm trying to think. So fossil fuel also that's that's nuclear.
No. That's oil. That ain't nuclear.
Right.
They
It's not
put a
nuclear.
nuclear reactor. I deal with nuclear
Yeah.
reactor. That's what I
No.
work with.
Okay.
So
It's not nuclear.
they putting a nuclear reactor on the moon right now. On the
So
moon right now. People They think these people in Nassau, people listen to Billy Carson and all these other people. What you think they playing Monopoly in them
Right.
motherfuckers?
Yeah, that's a Billy Carson teaching.
Yeah, these people is crazy. This is real talk. These is real scientists. These is real science. But I deal with it from the disposal aspect of it.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah. You know what? I could kind of go with that because out here in South Carolina, like most of these homes and apartments are ran off electricity only. Like there's no gas. Like there's no gas heat and there's no gas stove.
Yeah, there would be no gas cars in 2035, bro. That's the law that they put in place in New
They
York.
trying to they trying to eliminate the Middle East then?
You say what?
Are they trying to eliminate the Middle East as far as like because they rely, I guess they rely
Yeah. It's going back and forth, with the tariff tracks and and all this and that. But they already know. Scientists say that the fossil fuels is running out. The oil is running out, so they don't want no emissions in the air. Plain and simple.
Okay, right.
Yeah. I keep telling brothers and sisters. I say, well, you see.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting to see. Like I said, I see it happening at home. So, because when I heard like, hey, so nobody got gas. It's like very few people got a gas stove or use gas heat out here. It's like everything's electric. So I'm like, damn. So if a storm happened, right? A storm happened, everybody just done. That's the only bad part about it.
You gotta realize something. It's not just for emission, but it's also for security defense.
Right.
From DOD. From I work for DOE, Department of Energy, but DOD, Department of Defense, it's also for defense because Russia and China, they have people out here, not just people out here, but they constantly trying to shut down the grid system in the United States. Our people, man, they slow, bro. They slow.
Oh yeah, I know.
They slow. I want to do a channel with you, man, just to put this shit out here, man.
Yeah.
Just to wake our people up, man.
I'm down. Well, you're gonna wake up a few crumbs, but you ain't gonna man, which is good. To wake up one person is good. So you're only gonna wake up a few crumbs. The masses are just what they are, bro. They're just stupid. I mean, that's just it. That the masses are stupid.
Yeah, that's why I love what you're doing.
They're stupid, and until you be stupid with them, you're not gonna get the attention, the viral moments, none of that. The masses of us are just stupid. Let me see if this is what I'm looking for. So I'm only looking for a discussion that deal with Romans 11. I don't really care about no other passages. Oh boy. Yeah, man. This time is going by quick. All right. Okay. So now let's see now. Oh my God. Okay. So, all right. So I won't waste time playing that one. I won't waste time playing that one. All right. All right. So what's next? So which one was that? Yes. Okay. So what is this? Did I redo this again?
It's Yogi Apple. No, Dad. It's Yogi Apple.
I know it's a lot of challenges, man, but I just think.
Hey, look. Let me ask you this, Bosh. You rock with Gully TV?
Who?
Gully TV?
Gully?
Yeah, Gully. He out there by you.
Yeah, I know by that word. That's why I said Gully. Yeah, I use that word Gully. You in South Carolina.
Okay. You in South Carolina now. Okay.
If you use that word, you out here.
Okay, I thought you was still up there in Jersey, bro.
No, yeah. So the fact that he said Gully in any way, shape, form, he's in South Carolina. Yeah, but what he be talking about on his channel?
You be talking about the same stuff you talking about, bro. You be
Like
bringing
what?
it, just dealing with the Israelites, just dealing with some of these stupid ass brothers.
Okay. Romans 11. Okay, here we go. All right, so who is this? This is Captain. All right.
Of Israel. Are you?
All right, thank you so much. Let's go to our second set of scriptures. We are going to the New Testament now, and it is Romans, the 11th chapter, verses 11.
There we go. I finally found. Yo, listen, I don't know how it's possible to debate this topic and don't touch Romans 11. So when I see folks do it, especially like 9-1 West, I'm like, how you not touching on Romans 11? Like that gets 1 West out of there fast. But everybody wanted to debate, but don't know how to actually debate. Okay, so look. Okay, can you see my screen? You or Stu see my screen? I think Eric is on. Some. I think SMH is like.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it, bro.
Yeah, I can see it. So once it loads up, that's what I said. If I need the computer, see how long it's taking. All right, so what screen do you see? What color is the board?
It's green and white.
Right. Okay, so now I'm white. It says white right here, right? So when I debate, I use my chess strategies. So I make a move, right? I'm white. I make a move. Okay, so this move is literally called E4. That's it says it, E4. Okay, now black can do 1 move, 2 moves, 3 moves, 4 moves, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Or you could jump this down twice. So that's 16 different moves black can do. Then black can go here with the knight, 17, or here, 18. Or you can go here, 19, 20. All right. So black can respond to this move 20 different ways. Okay. That's like debating. When you have an argument or position or an idea, your opponent can respond many different ways. But you're hoping they respond a particular way. Okay. So when I do this move right here, I'm hoping black does this. Okay. So when I'm debating, I have that in my mind. So when I make a point, an argument, or whatever I do, I'm hoping that my op does something. So I plan for that something. And that something in chess would be this. So now you see it still says E4. Now it's about to say something else. So because black played that move, my next move is this, and watch what it says about this pawn go. It says the King's Gambit. So when I play chess as white, I'm looking to play the King's Gambit every last game. So now my opponent probably not going to let me play my game. So I gotta trick them into playing, letting them play into my game. Because who wants to play into your strength? That's like going out there trying to slug with Triple G. Like that's playing into his strength. You want to like be more, footwork, get out the way, duck, be more strategic. Okay. So you gotta have the game plan. So when you debate, everybody wants to win and everybody has their strategy, you would think, which is a chess we call your opening. So my opening is the King's Gambit. I would love to play this, but sometimes your opponent, they're not going to do this move right here. Sometimes they're going to do this right here. Yeah. And that's called the sustained defense. Now, unfortunate for me, I haven't studied the sustained defense as much as I studied.
But hold on. But you're gonna get jumped right there.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Unfortunately for me, I haven't studied the sustained defense as much as I studied the King's Gambit. So I'm not as strong playing against this as the King's Gambit. So I'm not as confident. I'm not as, sure. Now, all right, well, let's see where it's going to go,
But you know what? I thought unbiased when I was I was thinking about it the other day. I was telling my cousin. No, I was telling my daughter. That's who I was telling her. I said, man, I thought this brother unbiased. I said, I thought he was cold in the word. You don't know how to walk these niggas down in the word, bro?
Oh, me? Of course I do. This is why nobody like I'm like the most famous unknown person in the debating realm. Like,
oh, okay. My bad, bro. My bad.
I was giving the chess analogy. I was just saying that when you properly prepare for a battle, a duel, even like when you boxing, football, basketball, baseball, like you're preparing if you're in defense, you're preparing for hockey. If you're in defense, you're preparing for a certain offense. If you're on offense, you're preparing for a certain defense. And when you don't see it, it can confuse you because you prepared just for that. And now they're not doing it. They're doing something else. It could kind of like confuse you and get you off the game. That's all.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait till you have another discussion with Captain Cesariak, bro.
All right. Which I believe he'll let me call in his show, which I'm going to do. But I don't believe he'll risk his reputation to debate me again on Sunday TV. I don't believe he'll do that. I believe he almost feel like I got
him. Yeah. He know it's a problem. he know he got a problem on his hand.
Because I talked to him like in his chat. I talked to him on Facebook, and he's not really he's not cocky like that. When we have a discussion, like he's almost like submissive, like you got it type. So
you know what got him is one brother he brought up which was wrong. I would say this right now, which was wrong. He said he talked about his daughter. His daughter, she got Down syndrome.
Oh, right. See, yeah. See now.
Yeah, so that was wrong. So he ain't never been the same since then.
Yeah, like when you gotta you could go from debating to I kill you or your daughter or your wife, mother. Like these people, I won't be mad at all. You know why? Because I know that 9 times out of 10 they are medically crazy, bro. Like they have a diagnosis, and that diagnosis says this man is insane. So why would I be mad and feel emotional about something an insane man does? And that's why that white boy killed that black dude right there in train for being insane. You dig? So insane people, you can't take them seriously.
Yeah, just like what's the white dude just killed the healthcare dude? What's his name? Luigi or whatever the fuck his name
Luigi
is.
from Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That dude. Yeah, I can't wait till the facts come out about him to see what the hell was he doing.
But you know what though? You want to know something though? I told people I've been telling, and I told one of my younger white homies I work with. I said the biggest threat to the United States is not overseas, but it's over here. It's homeland security. That's your biggest threat. I said, why you think these motherfucking these, excuse my French, why you think these crackers they out here in the motherfucking woods shooting every night? Like this little white girl, she shot up the school and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the one in Maryland?
In Michigan.
How old was she? How old was she?
She's 15 years old.
Oh, I hope they lock. Hold on, wait. Let me Google that real fast.
Yeah.
I hope they lock her straight up, man.
Yeah, that's what I be telling. That's why I was trying to tell him. I was like, listen, bro. The biggest threat to the United States and the FBI is in United States. Period. Point blank. It ain't no Chicago gangs. It ain't no motherfucking New York gangs. None of that shit. It's these motherfuckers.
In Wisconsin. This is Wisconsin.
Yeah. Hey, no. Listen. No. It's in Michigan. It's in Michigan. Abundant Life Church. She just shot it up.
Wait, hold on. So why is all this saying? So okay, so this is all saying Wisconsin. All right, so let me put in Michigan. Let's see what happens. Okay. Nah. Wait. Yeah, nah. Wait. Police say a 15-year-old girl killed one teacher and one student and then took her own life.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Wisconsin,
tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey,
now, hold on. I'm biased. Hear me out. I asked the brother. I said, listen. Put your feet on one of our boss's desks and see what they say. Like they did in January 6th. These people, they are wicked as fuck, man.
Oh yeah, I know that.
But you know who in trouble? You know who in trouble right now?
Oh, who's in trouble?
You say what?
I said, who's in trouble?
Fannie Willis.
Oh, well, she about to be.
I keep telling people.
She about to be because Trump
down
there
in Atlanta. They just dropped her case.
Yeah, man, Trump ain't forget about her.
So soon as he get in office, he say he going after her, bro.
and there's a lot to go after too. So she's in big trouble.
Yeah, she in trouble.
Yeah, she's in big trouble. Right? And look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say what it is. Matter of fact, I'm not even sorry. This is why a lot of Americans can't see a woman as president. Because people like Fannie Lewis. You out here just screwing, you out here just thought. Can you imagine a president just out here thought?
Yeah, you know what? I was trying to tell my sisters and my mother them about Putin. Putin, he wanted Kamala Harris to get in office. He wanted. They gonna run her motherfucking ass down. They wanted her to get in office.
I'm serious, Putin. You better stop. I'm shooting missile at you. Like, yeah, all right. Shut up. Putin, you better stop. I'm gonna call the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you the best friend to a black woman is a pit bull.
Oh yeah. Right.
Am I lying?
No. Unfortunately, no. Yeah, man. All right. So RCK said they got about 20 versions. All right. So it's not like a plethora. Then they got 20 that they just recycle. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll learn those verses and get them. And have fun. Okay, so oh my God. All right. So let me I might have a guest to hop on. We're gonna see what he's talking about. Hold on. I might have an Israelite hop on. All right. Romans 11. This is what I want to hear.
Through 14. So I will read, and Elder Holloway will tell us what he believes this is saying. Romans 11, verse 11 to 14 says, "So I ask, did they stumble in order that they might fall? By no means. Rather, through their trespass, salvation has come to the Gentiles, so as to make riches for the Gentiles to you Gentiles in this mystery." Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, great passage here. Right. So first and foremost, the Apostle Paul is validating that my Israelite friends. He says that there's, but let's be clear here, because it's wrong hermeneutically. Nos is nation, but nations makes it clear that back that even further. Watch this. Rather, no, through this is it. The game really so as to make means the riches for the so as to make. This is it. The game rather no through their trespass salvation. What's the subject? Do the Gentiles have?
Right. So now, watch what he said just now. Now, I never seen this before.
Stumble, rather, no, through their trespass, salvation. What's the subject? Do the Gentiles have salvation? This is it. The game really is over here because it says salvation.
Oh, he agrees with me. And Romans 11 is a killer. You see? So he even said it. He said, what's the debate? He said, game is over here. Where is he at? He's in Romans 11. So even he said that the game is over in Romans 11. Just like I said. Like you don't have to go everywhere they want to go. Don't forget, they had the negative position. All you gotta do is read the Bible. They gotta make up something. You don't. So you don't gotta go through 1,000 verses. Like that's the early mistake I did in the Virgin Birth. I was debating all these stupid rabbit holes. And I realized, hold up. So all I gotta do is just read.
But what? I'm biased. What was you debating them in, and what?
Well, it's about to be salvation, right? Based on Romans 11. Not only salvation, it's about grafted in. Like, who is being grafted in to Israel in Romans chapter 11, right? When it says Gentiles. So a lot of Israelites, one of those guys, a lot of them would say, hey man, in the New Testament, and like I'm like used to this playbook. This is new to all these guys out here. I'm used to this because the Nation of Islam use the same tactic. So like this ain't new to me. For one West to just say, hey, everywhere it says something good for Gentiles, that's actually Israel. Everywhere it says something bad for Gentiles, that's actually real Gentiles. Like I'm used to that. That's not new to me. I did that with the Nation of Islam for so many years. So the Israelites just took the Nation of Islam playbook and ran with it. So they act like whenever the New Testament mentions Gentiles, and when it's something bad, then that must be the real Gentiles, including white folks. But when Gentiles just come across something great in the Bible, or apparently receive salvation, or can receive salvation, one West will just say, hey, that must be Israel posing as Gentiles because there's no way a Gentile can get salvation. So that's pretty much the argument. So, which is weird. So all you gotta do is just
Yeah,
prove.
yeah. Because other nations, they was Gentiles, plain and simple.
Yeah, right. So what are we doing here? And yo, and like there's so much stuff, man. I'm gonna get them more. Again, man, it just to me it's gonna be easy. But in my opinion, if you got the truth and you debate it, it shouldn't be close. It should be a one-sided debate in your favor.
Yeah. Man, when you go into that debate, one thing about it, I will say, just like me and my daughter, she listening in, just like we would say, man, just keep talking. No,
Right.
don't keep talking. I'm sorry. Just keep listening.
Right. Oh yeah.
Just let them talk. Let them talk, and then walk them down.
Bro, I'm bro, Muhammad Ali style. Let you swing until your arms get tired, and then I just start attacking. That's all I'm gonna do. All I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Is Muhammad Ali beat with
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Just let them keep talking.
That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna ask you a question and let them just go. Ask a question, let them just go. I don't care how much he talks. It's fine with me because I know what I heard and what I'm gonna use against him. So once he get done, and I don't care where he goes, he can go all the way to Genesis. I'm gonna ignore all that and just bring him right back to Romans 11. Yes, Adam, right? When Adam did this and Seth did this, and when Enoch did this, when he get done, I'm like, all right, that's all fine. All right, back to Romans 11. I'm gonna bring him right back. I'm not falling for those rabbit holes no more. Okay, that's good. Okay, right back to Romans 11.
Yep.
And this is the part that's gonna stump. Okay, so now I don't care to hear his argument because whatever he's saying is supposed to be correct. Like it's an easy argument. Like you're debating the Gentiles are really natural Gentiles be grafted in. So I don't need to hear him say that over. I want to hear Captain foolishness.
Israel jealous.
So I can make a video clip out of it, have it tucked away. So when I talk to him or one of his cronies, I can bring it up and hold them to it because they can't disagree with Captain. So whatever Captain said, they got to agree.
Talking to the church, and I agree. Position and again.
So what he's saying that is irrelevant. Okay, here we go.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, bro.
Can y'all hear me now? You don't hear me, do you? Can y'all hear me now?
No, I don't. All right.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah, y'all might want to give me more time on that one. So Romans 11, what we want to understand about Romans 11, just like we did with Ephesians, each chapter, has a subject context, right? So in Romans 11, it says, have God cast away his people, God forbid, for also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin.
Slow it down. Slow it down.
So Mike liked to say the seed don't matter. It matters to Paul because he just gave his registry. And then when we read 26 in the same chapter, it says, and so all Israel shall be saved.
This is Jerry's part. Because 26 sounds like something that he likes to hear. He's going to skip 1 to 25 and write 26.
As it is written, not all nations shall be saved as it is written,
now look, I'm a
but all Israel.
Now, SMH, is all nations Israel?
No.
Right. So why would it? All nations don't know the Most High, right? And don't revere him, right?
Yeah, he's lying right now. I ain't trying to take over your show, but I'm gonna let you rock. But I'm gonna cut this down in a minute.
All right. So he said it doesn't say all nations. It says Israel. I mean, that's just dumb. Why would it say all nations when all nations are known to not know God? They are known for the Most High not to deal with them, to not guide them and favor them. So why would all nations in their heathen mind state be all of a sudden given a blessing, right? Grace. No. You gotta first come to the Most High and respect him and his son.
Because you know why? He's a wicked ass nigga.
Oh no, 100%. Like he's the most blindest Hebrew is like probably out there. The deacon might be second, but he's number one. Like he has no problem lying. Now, so when he says this, right? Let me go back.
It is written, not all nations.
I'm gonna clip this so I can have it. Let me clip this.
Israel, and then when we read 26 in the same matter, it matters to Paul because he just registry. And then when we read 26 in the same chapter, it says.
So I didn't pause it. Yeah, so my computer got like a little delay. It's not letting me do things in real time. It's like this is lagging.
So all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. Not all nations shall be saved, as it is written, but all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the deliverance, shall turn away ungodliness for justice. So, but also of the Gentiles, would have you believe that because you see Gentiles in here, it means non-Israelites. But that's not the case, because you can find other parts in the scriptures in this very book of Romans where Paul refers to Israelites. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. Not all.
My computer like really lagging. Really, yeah.
I was saying, say anybody on this phone, listen. Don't listen to these motherfucking One West motherfucking wicked ass niggas.
Oh, okay. So I was the case that he said verse 25, it says, till the fullness of the Gentiles come in. So all Israel shall be saved. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, that all right. Yeah, I gotta see that verse more. I was a kid. If you right, these guys are done. Oh my God, these guys are. It can't be this easy. Okay. And so all Israel will be saved. Yeah, this is all right. Yeah. So I'm trying to think, how would they wiggle out of verse 25? Okay. So it says, for I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, lest ye should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part is happened to Israel. Oh my God. Yeah. This verse. All right, so then I gotta add this verse in. So I gotta do 19:21. I gotta add this one. Yeah, this verse. Oh my God. Yeah, this verse right here, this is going to hurt. See, and that's a skill of debating. Like you gotta know what hurts and what doesn't. I think people just say a bunch of stuff and hoping that something that you say hurts. That's like throwing a whole bunch of rocks and hoping one lands. Instead of like grabbing the big rock and trusting your aim and knocking my head off. Yeah, verse 25 is deep. Is deep. Because it kills the whole Gentile thing. Because he said all Israel and they're separated from Gentile. And
hold on. Yeah. Jump over there. Hold on. Jump over there in that Romans 10 and 2.
Okay.
Let's talk about being overzealous.
Oh yeah, I see it. And for I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Right.
But not according to who? Read that again.
Not according to knowledge.
Yeah, you heard?
Yes, so I guess it's according to One West.
Yeah, because they some stupid motherfuckers out here.
All right. Yeah. That your verse 25 is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, man. See, and again, the way to bring it into a conversation, you gotta do it strategically. You can't just give it to them, like, because you gotta treat these passages like they're gold bars worth $20,000. You can't just pull it out to the living room where you come to be visiting, right? You can't do it. So these verses, when
You say
you
what?
bring them out,
When you can't do what? You can't do what?
you can't. That's like these verses are very valuable, like a gold bar, right? A bar of gold.
Yeah.
So some verses are not like that for certain debates, but some are. So you got to treat certain passages like it's a lot of money, a lot of wealth. So you got to carefully introduce it in a debate where it's valued. You don't want to bring it in where they don't value it. It becomes invaluable. You want your points to hit, basically. You want them to hit. Okay, let me go back. So did I click that? Not yet, right? Not yet.
All nations shall be saved.
All right, 50, 50, 50. I got to click from 50, 50. Because I need,
as it is written. But all Israel shall be saved as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the deliverer and shall turn away ungodliness for Jacob. So being that I know we got 20 minutes on this subject, I'm going to walk this down very clean. It says, I say then, have they said as it is written? But all Israel shall be saved as it is written. There shall come out of Zion this Gentile here, just like in Romans, but that's not the case because you can find other parts in the scriptures in this.
All right, so I'm trying to be at 50 minutes and 50. And what the hell is that? Yo, this stuff started just popping up. All right, so I'm trying to be over here. I'm trying to be at 50. I'm trying to be right here.
It is written, not all nations shall be saved as it is written, but all Israel shall be saved as it is written. There shall come out of Zion, but this as it is written, not all nations shall be saved as it is written, but all Israel shall be saved as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the deliverer and shall turn away ungodliness for Jacob. So being that I know we got 20 minutes on this subject, I'm gonna walk this down very clean. It says, I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is coming to the Gentiles for to provoke them to jealousy. Now, Mike would have you believe that because you see Gentiles in here, it means non-Israelites, but that's not the case because you can find other parts in the scriptures in this very book of Romans where Paul refers to Israelites as Gentiles, and I'll show you in line with the subject. In Romans the 9th chapter.
I'm biased.
Verse
All right.
Give me a second.
So now, yeah, that part
Yeah. I'm gonna fall back, bro.
Okay. All right, thank you, bro.
Yeah. Yes,
Romans
sir,
9, as it is written. Not all.
Say again. All right. Yes, sir. All right, so I'm gonna stop it right. Well, I'm gonna clip this one right there. So Captain, what do you say? All right, let me go back.
All nations shall be saved as it is written, but all Israel shall be saved as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the deliverer and shall turn away ungodliness for Jacob. So being that I know we got 20 minutes on this subject, I'm gonna walk this down very clean. It says, I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is coming to the Gentiles for to provoke them to jealousy. Now, Mike would have you believe that because you see Gentiles in here, it means non-Israelites, but that's not the case because you can find other parts in the scriptures in this very book of Romans where Paul refers to Israelites as Gentiles, and I'll show you.
So this is why I would like to keep it Romans 11, and we can go to different verses, but I will say we got to agree on that we go to different books of the Bible, but we can't go to different books in Romans. We got to still in Romans 11 nor the book. Because wherever they go, you're probably going to disagree. You're probably going to disagree. So they go to Romans 9, 10, 2, 3. We're probably going to disagree. So we're not trying to create these rabbit holes. So no, if you want to jump to another book, then do that. But let's not go to a different chapter in Romans. But we can debate each chapter by itself. But I don't want to mix and blend chapters in Romans.
Show you in line with the subject in Romans the 9th chapter, verse bear with me a second.
No, sir.
Verse In Romans the 9, as it is written, not all nations show you. And as it is written, not all nations shall be saved. As come out of Zion, the deliverance on this subject, I'm a stumble that they should fall, God for jealousy. Now, Mike would have you believe that because you see Gentiles in here, it means non-Israelites, but that's not the case, because you can find other parts in the scriptures in this very book of Romans where Paul refers to Israelites as Gentiles, and I'll show you. In as it is written, not all nations shall be saved, as it is written, but all Israel shall be saved as it is written. But all Israel shall be saved as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the deliverance shall turn away ungodliness for Jacob. So being that I know we got 20 minutes on this subject, I'm gonna walk this down very clean. It says, I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation coming to the Gentiles for to provoke them to jealousy. Now, Mike would have you believe that because you see Gentiles in here, it means non-Israelites, but that's not the case, because you can find other parts in the scriptures in this very book of Romans where Paul refers to Israelites as Gentiles, and I'll show you in line with the subject. In Romans the 9th chapter, verse, bear with me a second. Romans 9:24, it says, even us whom he have called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. So here we have that word Gentile again. But this Gentile here, just like in Romans the 11th chapter, is applied to Israel. Verse 25, as he say also in OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and a beloved, which was not my beloved. So there was a time when the children of Israel were not the Lord's people. I would have to prove that. When you go to the book of Hosea 1 and verse.
Yeah, I mean, I like just daydream just for a minute. Listen to this guy.
Romans the 11th chapter is applied to Israel. Verse 25, as he say also in OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and a beloved, which was not my beloved. So there was a time when the children of Israel were not the Lord's people.
Yeah, but that you gotta prove it. That's not a debate. The debate was these Gentiles in Romans 11. Like, so to go to wherever he went to, and now Obadiah, wherever he's going, Hosea, it doesn't matter. We're talking about Romans 11, man. We're talking about right here, Romans 11. Who are these Gentiles? And Captain already told me. I got him. He told me that everywhere in the Old Testament you see Gentiles, it's Israel.
Prove that. When you go to the book of Hosea 1 and verse 9, it says, then said God, call his name lower mine, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. He's talking to the children of Israel. And watch what he says next. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. So now, where was this said again at? It was said in Romans the 9th chapter. And so why is it there a jealousy portion to this conversation? You got to look at the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Now, I know Mike thinks we quantify this with just the northern kingdom, but this could be any Israelite that's cast off. Any Israelite that did not keep the Passover feast day, circumcised their kid, was considered cut off, whether they was northern kingdom or not. And they was not allowed to come back. That's why Christ gave the perfect parable, which is called the prodigal son. And you notice in Luke the 15th chapter, when he gives that parable, what is it? Two sons. The two sons are synonymous with the two kingdoms, Judah and Israel. Now, when the son that fell off my father, and I would say to my father, I have sinned against heaven.
Got to do it Romans 11. I mean, he's not on the topic at all.
Stayed. And for the Jews that was in Jerusalem did not want to keep it for themselves, but they fell to them. But when they killed Christ, then you find the riches in Romans. I'm sorry, I'm gonna start at 22. Suffering the vessels of his glory on the vessels of mercy is on.
He just really just wasted time, bro. He didn't deal with Romans 11 at all.
The children of Israel. I think you're talking. I think I might be at my 3 minutes. I yield.
All right. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Let's go back here to Romans chapter number 11.
Thank you. Bring it back.
So a couple things, Cap, I want you to deal with if you can. I know we're limited in time. One, you didn't deal with the fact that Paul still calls these believers Gentiles. Still today, Gentiles. Point number two, you didn't deal with the language.
So he that's the angle I'm going to get. All right.
Language, ethnosine, nations, not nation, not bringing back the nation or the northern tribe or even the nation of Israel, but nations, multiple nations. But let's read this. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I'm an apostle to the Gentiles or nations, I magnify my ministry, if by any means I may provoke to jealousy those who are of my flesh and save some of them. Would not the northern kingdom be of his flesh also? No. So you've got Gentiles who are not of his flesh, and then he's provoking the jealousy those who are his flesh. Let's read on some and save some of them. For if their casting away be the reconciling of the world, what would their acceptance be for life but life from the dead? Check this out. For if the first fruit is holy, the lump is also holy. If the root is holy, so are the branches. And if some of the branches were broken off, Israelites, and you being a wild olive tree were grafted in among them. What do you mean? So we're talking about a wild olive tree, Gentiles, being grafted in among them, Israelites, and become partaker of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Don't boast against the branches. Watch this. You will say then in verse 19, branches were broken off that I might be grafted in. Well said, because of unbelief they were broken off, and you stand in faith. Do not be haughty, but fear. Watch this. Here it is. For if God did not spare the...
Okay. All right. Let me be right back. Let me bring to the bathroom. But this is an interesting point, the angle they bring up. That might add to my playbook. Yeah, hold on. Bring back.
Someone else is here. You know what to do?
All right, so let me back it up a little bit.
Haughty, but fear. Watch this. Here it is. For if God...
That's why Paul said in Romans 11, it was a mystery because the people now accepted were Gentiles, not Israelites. Also, Romans 9:26 kills Hosea. Hosea said Israelites would be as sand as the sea. Romans 9 says, sorry, now it's only a remnant because the sand of the sea are the Gentiles now. All right, that is interesting. That's interesting. Twist.
Faith, do not be haughty, but fear. Watch this. Here it is. For if God did not spare the natural branches, all 12 tribes were the natural branches. They didn't start out 2 nations. They started out whole. They started out 1 nation, 12 full tribes, and those were the natural branches. So if God didn't spare the natural branches, he will not spare you either. Now, let me jump back to verse chapter 9 real quick to hit this, because you went here, and let's be clear here. All we got to do here is go to verse number 30. It says, what shall we say then? That Gentiles, ethnic nations who did not pursue righteousness have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness of faith, but Israel, pursuing the law of righteousness, has not attained to the law of righteousness. Let's read that again. Gentiles, they obtain through the righteousness of faith, but not just Judah, Israel. Who is Israel? Right? Israel consists of the 12 tribes, and they did not obtain. Why? Because they sought it as if it were about the works of the law. This chapter came.
Who's got Michael Holloway? He's doing pretty good.
Get any clearer, my friend. It is all about God using Gentiles who were not a people, ushering them into the covenant to provoke those who are of Paul's flesh to jealousy.
All right. Captain Cesare.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think I addressed the Gentiles, and I'll even give the Zondervan Bible dictionary on the word Gentiles, page 306.
You see, so now he's tapping out. Yo, my thing is this. I can win my debates with the KJV, English. I don't need to show a different translation like what West do. I don't need to go to Zondervan Bible Dictionary. I don't need to go to the Greek lexicon and this and that, and this and that. And this. I don't need to parse. I could just beat you just with the words say in the KJV English. I'm confident. And the only time we should go to an outside source if we disagree on something vehemently, and we're forced to go to an outside source to break the tie. Okay? Anyway.
7. Gentiles, goy, goyim, nation, nations, people, translated Gentiles in the KJV, sometimes refers to Israel. So I clearly showed in Romans 9 and 24 and 25, the children of Israel being called Gentiles. So he's incorrect.
That wasn't a clearly show anything.
When he said I didn't address it. Now, before he talks about those branches, he has to first read verse 16. But before I read verse 16, I told you I was going to walk this down because I said we had 20 minutes. So I already explained the jealousy. I explained the riches of the world. Then verse 13, for I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office, if by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh. You notice he says, emulation them which are my flesh. We go right back to Romans, the 9th chapter. Romans 9 and 1. I say the truth in Christ, I lie not. My conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I wish that myself were accursed or separated for Christ, my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. So the same flesh in Romans, the 11th chapter, when he want to provoke them according to his flesh, is the same flesh that he wished he was separated from in verse 3, in Romans 9 and 3. Verse 4, who are Israelites? Dun, 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 dun. Who are Israelites? That's the flesh he's provoking. He's in Rome. He's not in Israel. So
God, that was bad.
He's talking to even when he makes this statement. So you telling me he's in Rome trying to wake up the Romans, but telling them who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the services of God, and the promises. He didn't say it pertained to anybody else. And when you look up that word pertain, it means to own. It belongs to them. So Paul is clearly not giving this to anybody according to his flesh that's not an Israelite. when we go back to Romans the 11th chapter, because he went down to the branches.
Yeah,
but
please
before you can get to the branches that were broken off, which I'm going to give you the precepts for, this is the most important part. It said, for if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches. The other,
you about to make a dumb point. Hold on real quick. I should have got a soda or something.
nations are not branches that was ever holy, because they was never part of the root. The Israelites that were cast off, those branches can be holy because they were a part of the root. Jeremiah 11:16, the Lord called thy name a green olive tree, a goodly fruit.
Now,
and with the
this passage is a cut or a cap. Like, he's literally comparing apples and oranges. If he pulls it, which he will, which I'm going to love him to pull out Jeremiah 11:16. It's going to just cut him. So that's why, like, not to be, you call it a verse, you can't run to other verses. I need to respond right away. I don't want to wait. I don't want you to throw out 90 verses and I got to come behind you and try to respond. And you be like, yo, you ain't respond to all my scriptures. Dude, you named 90 of them. I don't remember. Why don't you let me respond to each one by one?
noise of a great tumult hath he kindled it, and the branches of it are broken. That's clearly showing you that the children of Israel got broken off from the root. Verse Jeremiah 2:20, for of old time I have broken thy yoke, and I burst thy bands. Thou saidest, I would not transgress. When upon every high hill, under every green tree, thou wanderest playing the harlot. Yet I planted thee a noble vine, a holy right seed. How then are thy turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine to me? So clearly we see the children of Israel that was once part of the root now are broken off as a branch.
All right.
That's,
oh my God. Yeah, that was really, really hard. Really hard.
That's my time.
All right. If you had one or two sentences, that's cool.
Just one or two sentences. So when we talk about the branches, the only branches that was ever a part of the root are the children of Israel. I yield.
Yeah, we don't even argue against it. I mean, Romans 11 talks about two branches. The Israelites, and one is being cut off. And a branch, another branch full of Gentiles will be grafted in. And the Israelites that was cut off, they still got a second chance. You know how when you play around the world in basketball and you miss your shot, you say chance. They still got a second chance to and by the way, Meech, if you're listening, I'm so much of a great shooter. When I play around the world, our chances win. Because I'm not gonna miss normally twice. So I say chance, I'm probably gonna make it again. I'll probably win in like one round, I'll probably win. I'm just gonna keep chance, just win. All right. Anyway. So
branches that was ever
so we didn't even argue about the two branches. Like we know that the two branches are Israel, but like I was saying, they will have a chance to get back in when either with the Gentiles coming back in or after them. But nobody really argues who are the branches. You guys do, because in one sentence, one branch is Northern Israelites, then there's Southern, there's a mix, most of it. You guys be confused about the branches.
part of the root are the children of Israel. I yield right there.
All right, cool. Mike, you get the last word.
Okay. Verse 13 again. Because what you just said refuted your own argument. Exactly. You went back to chapter 9 to prove that those who were of Paul's flesh were the Israelites. Dun, 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 dun. Amen, brother. Yes, those were the Israelites. But check it out. Verse 13, chapter 11. I speak to you Gentiles. Right. Inasmuch as I'm an apostle to the Gentiles, I magnify my ministry. if by any means I may provoke to jealousy those who are of my flesh and save some of them. Let's read this again real slow. I'm speaking to you, the Gentiles, in order, in as much as I'm an apostle to Gentiles. Verse 14, if by any means I may provoke to jealousy the Israelites. Two separate people. The Israelites are his flesh. The Israelites are those that he desired to be saved. The Israelites are those that he wept and he mourned from, because as you said, unto them were given the covenants, the promises, the laws, statutes, right? And he provoked, but the provoking to jealousy is using other people, the Gentiles. Clearly, the Gentile. Yes, the lump was holy. He's telling the Gentiles not to boast against these branches because the lump is holy and so are the branches. But you Gentiles, he didn't call them holy. He called them a wild olive branch. And as a wild olive branch, they are being grafted in among them. So you're right. The Gentiles weren't part of the holy lump. You're right. It was the Israelites.
I said he repeated himself. Okay. He didn't hit. It didn't hit the way he thought it hit.
But the wild branch Gentiles are being grafted in. Everything you said refuted your own argument, my friend. So as we read a little bit further here, let's just go down here to verse number 20. No, hold on one sec. No, verse number 31. No, let's start at verse 30. For as you were once disobedient to God, Gentiles, yet have now obtained mercy through their disobedience, even so these also have now been disobedient, Israelites, that through mercy shown you, they also may obtain mercy. For God has committed them all to disobedience, that he might have mercy on all. So this includes both sides, both the Israelites, the holy, as you brought out, lump, as you brought out, the relatives, the flesh of the apostle Paul, as you brought out, these who were being provoked to jealousy, as you brought out, by the Gentiles, which you didn't bring out. These people are being provoked to jealousy by non-Israelites. Therefore, this salvation that Paul is clearly talking about in Romans chapter 9, 10, and 11, he is clearly making it available for Gentile. You can go back to chapter number 10. Faith come by hearing, hearing by the word of God. Whoever calls upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. If you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved. For with the mouth man believes unto righteousness, and with the heart confession is made unto salvation. He's not talking about blood. He's talking about anybody who embraces Yeshua HaMashiach by faith. And when we put our faith in Jesus Christ, you are saved. It doesn't matter what ethnicity. It's not of the flesh. It's not because of your seed. This is clearly the context of Romans 9, 10, and 11. There is no argument that can be made to try to convert these clear Gentiles into Israelites. It is clear. And again, you still didn't address why Paul still calls them Gentile. Matter of fact, he even said to the churches of the Gentiles in the book of Romans. And so they're still Gentiles, but they're in covenant relationship with God. How? Through faith in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a great argument, and captains will not deal with that. I can't do 100%. But somebody got to hold them accountable, and if I got to do it, I'll do it. But yeah.
Thank you so much for that. We are now moving on to our next set of scriptures. We're going back to the Old Testament. At this time, we'll be in Genesis chapter 12. And
I'm only interested in Romans 11. So Captain is really weak in Romans 11. I see. Okay, so they made it back. Okay, wait. I'm about to close this out. So they made it back to Romans 11. All right, hold on.
Had one son, which was Isaac. In Genesis 17 and 16, which I'm going to go to real fast, Genesis 17:16, Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. And she shall be what the children of Israel will be. So that's the whole point of Galatians, the 3rd chapter. And I the seeds of many, but as even saying 7 sons. Why I said for the Jews and somebody says and but unto the sons of the concubines was covenant for everybody, or is this covenant for one? There's nowhere in the Bible that the covenant is for everybody other than Israel. I hear the noise in the background.
Chapter number, I think, you know, there won't be much disagreement, because when we read that in Abraham, all the nations will be blessed,
cut off from being his people. So now Christ comes, and through his blood, he's the mediator of the New Testament. So if you're
It's 25 through 29. When Peter entered, Cornelius met him and fell down at his
question. Peter says it's not lawful for me to be with someone.
I don't want that. I want Romans. So if they're done Romans about it. Right. Probably one more, that's it for me. Okay, so who is this right here? Nah, I'll do this another time. I don't even know who this guy is. Okay, so who are these people?
Brand disclaimer. The V.
Okay, I don't know this. I'll wait.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
Discussing whether or not Gentiles can be saved, and obviously I am of the opinion that biblically speaking, of course Gentiles can be saved, the non-Israelites, and I'm talking about non-Israelites, Gentiles according to the flesh, Cap. So as a Christian, I believe that Jesus is not just for the Israelites, but he was for the entire world.
Correct. And it says, God forbid.
Yes.
Then the ending verse in Revelation, in verse 26, it says, and so all Israel shall be saved as it is written. We agree, right?
Say that again, sorry.
In verse 26, Romans 11 and 26, it says, and so all Israel shall be saved as it is written. Mm-hmm. We agree there, right?
Yes.
So how could the subject be about non-Israelites when the conclusion of everything that he says so all Israel shall be saved? It doesn't say all nations shall be saved.
I agree. I don't think that all nations will be saved, because not all nations will come into belief. But it specifically talks about how the Israelites were cut off. The natural branches are the Israelites, and they're cut off. And then so now the wild branches that are not originally part of the natural are now grafted in. Now the Israelites are the natural branch, or part of the natural branches. And so the unnatural ones, or the wild ones, obviously would be
non-Israelite. Because the most important part, the reason why it's called a wild olive tree is because this tree doesn't look like all trees. Because when you first go to Romans 11, before we get to the wild olive tree, I want to start at verse 13, if you don't mind. It says, for I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I'm the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my foot. The 11th chapter, that wild olive tree is them being allowed to be grafted back in.
Okay. So just reading this here. So it says, but if some of the branches were broken off, and you, although a wild olive shoot, were grafted in among the others, and now share in the nourishing root of the olive tree, do not be arrogant toward the branches. If you are, remember, it is not you who support the root, but the roots that supports you. Then you will say, branches were broken off so that I might be grafted in. That is true. They were broken off because of their unbelief. But you stand fast through faith, so do not become proud, but fear. For if God did not spare the natural branches, neither will he spare you. So these are not natural branches. They were never part of the tree in the first place, but now they're being grafted in. They're not natural to the tree.
That's not true. And context and listening is
I'll make
art.
sure. Okay, this right. I'll replay this. I know because there's two parts of this. All right, so I replayed that one there.
What did it?
Okay, I'm just trying to find. All right, so should I get rid of this? All right, so let me delete this. I won't. Nah, I'll leave it.
My name is LBL, and I have a YouTube channel, This Assyrian Guy, that I'm starting to be active in.
All right, so let me see if they touch on Romans here. I'm only interested in the Romans discussion on salvation. And in my opinion, all salvation topics should end up somewhere in Romans. Wait, back up. Okay, so we're at Romans 9th chapter. We can go back to 1. Okay, so where we at? We have Romans 9th chapter. All right. Let's take touch on Romans 11. We're at Romans 10. Keep going. So Romans 15, no Romans 11. Romans 9 again, Romans 5, everything but 11. I just don't understand. Romans 9. Wow, he never read the Romans 11. I'm interested. All right, so
Wait, God did it.
you know what? Let me go to the weirdo. But I keep skipping past the weirdo. Let me go to the weirdo and see what he got to say.
They had me smoking weed like I'm a Rasta. A lion falling to his death like Mufasa. But then I got up, my spirit got roused up. And now I use these scriptures like a 100-round chopper.
Which is English, right? So, with that said, ethnon is plural. Ethnos itself.
Yeah, I never met a faker more than this guy. Yeah, he be pretending like he studied Greek so bad. It's just sad.
Is singular. It's a singular word. It's not plural. You do not know what you're talking about, Jay. Now, furthermore, right? Who is Paul writing this epistle to? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 1, right? And let's look at Salakia. Verse 1.
Oh my God, I didn't even click that. Oh my God. The arrow button just kept moving. I'm trying to click the arrow. It kept moving.
Not plural. You do not know what you're talking about, Jay. Now, furthermore, right? Who is Paul writing this epistle to? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 1, right? And let's look at
IOCK said he lied. It doesn't say so all Israel shall be saved as written a word. He said, as it is written, is the start of the new thought. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to tell you. Captain makes it seem like, as it is written, is referring to all Israel saved. He is so deceiving. I'm trying to tell you, man. The dude is horrible, bro. You gotta always catch him, man. Always catch him. You gotta have your guard up, man.
Verse 1, it says, Paul, an apostle of Jesus Christ, by the will of God, to the saints which are at Ephesus, and to the faithful in Christ Jesus. Grace be to you. Jay, Paul believes in all things written in the law and the prophets, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, according to the law and the prophets, or so-called Old Testament, who are the saints?
So let me guess. He talks about Romans, but he never go there. Wow. Yo, these guys be weird, man. All right, so for no reason. All right. So I guess I will go here. All right, so I guess I'll go. Yeah, this time went by so fast, man. I thought I'd watched like a couple videos by now. Time's a wrap. Okay.
Let me put a link in the chat. Let me put a link in the chat. I do hope y'all doing all right. Let me see this.
Okay, I gotta stop it. Okay, so let's see if you go to Romans 11. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be. No, I don't think it touches Romans 11. Romans 15. Okay, here we go. Romans 11. And at the end of the debate, it finally says something.
Apology. What's your ethnicity, bro?
I'm grafted into Israel through Jesus Christ. Romans chapter 11.
Okay, that's cool. What were you before being grafted?
I don't know, man. I was adopted. I don't know. But what I'll tell you is I know I'm accepted of God. And
that's fine, bro. I believe that you believe that, dude. Like, I don't know. You keep trying to like
let me tell you this, bro. Don't keep muting.
Say it again. My bad. I didn't mean to mute you right there. My bad. I did it again. I apologize. You accept my apology? That's what Christians sound like when y'all sin.
Of course.
That's what y'all cry. That's what y'all sound like when y'all sin and then ask for grace and then sin again and then ask for grace. Feel me?
Look, what I'll tell you is I know I'm accepted of God. And I'm gonna see everybody that I dealt with in this earth.
Can you lie to me? Can you lie to us?
I didn't lie.
I didn't say you did. I said, can you? Are you
No,
allowed to?
liars will have their part in the lake of fire.
Yeah, praise this. Are you a Caucasian?
Like I told you, I don't know what I am. I was adopted.
Do you
Okay?
think you're Caucasian?
I don't know where I come from.
Do you think that you're Caucasian?
I don't know.
Nah,
Man.
you can't
I
ask
don't
him.
know where I'm from.
No.
Okay, so what were these proselytes
You
called?
can't ask him. You can't ask him what you think he is, right? You got to know his father for sure, not what he thinks his dad is, according to you guys. These guys are funny.
Proselyte.
I believe that them. This is my belief. I'm not saying it's true. I believe they're converted Jews, such as in the Old Testament, where the heathen had to remain in the outer court, but they were accepted if they kept the law.
Okay, so the temple that's mentioned in Revelation, that new temple.
So you can't catch these guys in hold on. All right, we're gonna do it now.
Guardian, Paul himself being an Israelite per Romans 11:1. Paul being an Israelite, he's saying, listen, the law was our guardian before Christ came. So before Christ came, I don't care about the correct spelling. I want to know the definition, and we're always under the law. It says for I was reporting. Not even okay. We already established the circumstances of Jew or Gentile. I keep thinking about this time. Slave or free, male nor female. That's why it looks weird. Still in the
all right. Yeah, I'll try to wing it. Okay, so now I gotta that's my homework. My homework is to once I log off here is to find the videos for sure that are dealing with Romans 11. And the reason why I ain't know for sure because I just can't get it out of my head. How do you debate salvation and don't mention Romans 11? I just don't know. I think that's very important. But people will not bring it up. And the Israelites definitely not, one West is definitely not going to bring up Romans 11. And that right there should be enough to tell you, like, wait a minute. If I stay here, I might be on something. All right, so this time went by, man, by fast. So tomorrow morning, before the games come on, I probably do my little dance cam videos. I got some funny videos of women telling officers, "Don't manhandle me." They just manhandle the hell out of putting their handcuffs. Hilarious stuff, man. Accountability or lack thereof is hilarious. All right, man. Yeah, so I'll probably get started kind of early in the morning and then get back to this at some point before the game.